Hey, good morning, guys. Joel here, ER nurse and naturopath. And this morning, I'm going to talk to you about the physics of health. There are very specific laws in nature that are keeping you sick. And what do I mean by that? It's that these laws have been established by God to give you a very clear roadmap to health. But many of us don't follow those laws. We don't understand those laws. And so I'm going to share with you in this video just a few of them that are very, very important for you on your journey to health. And the first one is the law of cause and effect. When you think about cause and effect, it is very, very simple concept. It's kind of like that game Othello, simple to learn, a lifetime to master kind of thing. Because when we find ourselves struggling with chronic illness, especially, it's because we're not really understanding cause and effect properly. So, for instance, when you have a diabetic person, or if you are struggling with diabetes, there are things that are happening in your day to day life that are the cause of the diabetes. Diabetes is not something that you just genetically were given. Yes, there are things in your genetics that are make it easier for you to get a diagnosis of diabetes, but generally speaking, diabetes is a lifestyle problem. So, when you look at cause and effect, you have to start looking at your life and saying, okay, I've got all these effects in my life that I'm not enjoying, whether it's chronic disease, whether it's relationship issues, whether it's stress, whether it's high blood pressure. These are all effects. You have to find out the cause. Now, as a nurse, I'm very well trained in ignoring causes and just treating effects. That's what we call pharmaceuticals. It's our ability in the healthcare system to treat effects and not the cause. So when you come into the hospital and you have a splitting headache, what do? We'll give you some ibuprofen. Maybe we'll even give you some Compazine or a shot of steroids if it's really bad. Uh, but that's only going to help you feel better in the moment. We are not going to spend the time to determine why you might have that headache unless we think it might be causing extra neurological problems like a brain tumor or something like that. But as a general rule, especially in the emergency room, we're there to get you feeling okay and out the door so we can fill your bed with the next patient. That is not treating the cause. And so you have to be your own doctor in ascertaining what the cause is. And the Bible gives us a promise that the curse causeless shall not come. That's in Proverbs. The curse causeless will not come. So God is saying that there is nothing that is ailing you, or there is nothing in your life that comes without a cause. And generally, in our life, in our world of sin, the cause comes from us breaking the rules because there's rules that are in place and they're there so that we can be happy and healthy. God says, I want you to be happy. I want you to be healthy and live life abundantly. And so if you're not living life abundantly, it's because there's one of these rules that you are breaking. What are those rules, you might say? Okay, so the rules are one, you need to eat things that are good for you. Into all kinds of diet promotions or anything like that, eat things that are good for you. 80% of what those things are, you already know. I promise. Because there's a voice in your head that says, as you start to eat something that you know is not good for you, it's like, do I really need to be eating this? I want it anyway. And you eat it. 80% of the things that you know to do when it comes to whether or not you should eat something or not, you already know. So I don't have to tell you. Nobody has to teach you. It's already in your head. it's not listening. The next is exercise. Again, the voice in your head tells you after you've been a couch potato for a week straight, your body, your mind tells you, I need to be moving. Like I need to take a walk or something. Like that's your body saying exercise is important, but you don't have to go overboard. You don't have to do crazy exercises. You just have to move. And walking is the number one exercise. The next rule that most of us break on a daily basis is not drinking enough water. I just saw this post the other day. It said, waking up early solves a plethora of problems, or waking up early and exercising solves a plethora of problems. I agree. And I really agree that if you wake up early, exercise, and drink a quart of warm lemon water, that solves even more problems. Water is incredibly important for your health, and we just do not drink enough. I aim for a gallon of water a day. And if I miss that mark, it's okay. I've been striving to reach that mark all day and drink and drink and drink. Every time I urinate, I drink water. So I don't use chapstick. I don't use lotion on my skin. I don't use deodorant. I don't have body odor. I have great bowel movements. My urine is always clear. In fact, I take drug tests because I'm a travel nurse. And so I'm always taking drug tests. And they always have to send me back because my urine is always so dilute because I drink tons of water. So the other thing that we don't do enough of is get outside in the fresh air, in the sunshine, getting fresh air, breathing deeply, and getting sunlight on our skin is incredibly important for health. And when you break those rules, you have problems. You have problems. Um, One of the biggest problems from breaking the fresh air, deep breathing rule is pneumonia. If you have pneumonia or a cough or flu, one of the laws that you have probably broken repeatedly, deep breathing fresh air. Our homes, especially during the winter, are full of toxic air. Open your windows, air out your house once a day, get outside several times a day, and just deep breathe. It's going to help your stress, it's going to help your anxiety, it's going to help you sleep better, it's going to oxygenate your body. I talked about yesterday that cancer loves when you don't oxygenate your body. So, um, the other thing that we don't do enough of, and is the cause of so many of our problems, is rest. We like to be on our gadgets all the way up to the time we're about to close our eyes, and then close our eyes. We can't sleep. We have insomnia. We sleep terribly. We wake up tired. And we definitely do not get enough rest. So, getting at least 7 to 8 hours of rest at night is your goal. The older you get, the less sleep you need, but you want to get those hours of sleep before midnight. So let's say you only sleep 5 hours. Go to bed early, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you only sleep 9 hours, get up. You have slept incredibly well before midnight and you needed only 5 hours of sleep. That's fine, but do those 5 hours before midnight. And then, like, I saw someone comment the other day, and they were saying how they keep waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, wide awake, and they don't know what to do. Help, they're just, I'm like, 5 a.m., get up, be productive. Like, if you are waking up at these really early times, it's a sign either that your body has enough rest or that you need to be doing something. Like oftentimes God will wake me up and be like, you need to read your Bible, like you need to be praying. And sure enough, that day is like super stressful. There's a lot going on. I'm like irritable. I'm like, man, I should have gotten up when I had that voice in my head, because today is just rough and I needed that extra time. So get more rest. And the other thing that you need to rest is on a cycle. Like 6 days of work, 1 day of rest is what I promote. I keep the Sabbath, and even in the monthly cycle, taking days off to rest every month. And in the yearly cycle, every year you need to take time off during the year, giving your body time to recalibrate, to heal, and to rejuvenate. Very important. So, out of these things that I've talked about, what are some things that you might be missing in your causes? What are some things that you heard me say and you're like, ugh, I don't do that? That may be the connection between your cause and your effect. Again, my name is Joel. I'm a nurse and a naturopath. I hope this is helpful. Assess your life, find the cause, stop treating the effect. It's not going to work. And as Einstein says, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result.